have a ton of gay porn, actually. He knows. I'm a major yaoi freak. But only if it's manga and anime. Because I'm just a pervert like that. But we're not talking about me, we're talking about you.
Hi, my name is Nibha. Welcome or welcome back. Oh, that's such a cringe line. To another video. In today's video, we are going to be discussing Yaoi, BL, MLM, Achillean. What else is there? There has to be another word for this. Media Rex. This will include manga, manhwa, and also one Thai show. Okay, let's just get into it. Firstly, the Thai show. I watched this a while ago, so my memory of it is definitely a bit rusty. But Bad Buddy was such a great show because just had fun with it. They've known each other for a while. It's just like rival families, but they like each other, so that's fun. I kind of want to rewatch this because last time I watched this, I had so stop. I'm getting excited. Last time I watched it, I had such a ball with it, so I definitely need to rewatch it and also refresh my memory of it a little bit. That's fun. It's great. Just watch it, please. I swear. Like I'll put up a summary somewhere. I'll put up the blurb. I don't know what it's called for shows. The synopsis of it somewhere. It's really fun. Don't listen to me. No, listen to my recommendation. Don't listen to my summary of it and just watch it. It's fun. Coming to manhwa, One Room TA is funny as hell. The humor is really random and he'll throw you off, and you can't help but laugh. It's really absurdist humor. The biology references in One Room TA are really funny. And then we have Banana Scandal. Banana Scandal is one of my favorites of all time. What do I even say? Like, you have Years Long Pining, you have like this asshole top who redeems himself in incredible ways to the point that you can't help but root for him. And then you have very good character developments from both sides, and they're both such wonderful people, and you're just really happy for them towards the end of it, and you can really feel the love in this manhwa, and you can tell that they're going to be in love forever basically. And I think that's really important for me, where it's not just, there's this thing of like, which couple do you think is going to break up right after the epilogue ends? And this is like the complete antithesis of that, where it's just like, they're going to be together forever. I'm going to try to recommend some rarer media and not just stuff that everybody obviously knows. Like, everybody in the world knows Sasaki and Miyano, but you should still read Sasaki and Miyano specifically because I think how they get together is just so cute. Like, how like Miyano is just a BL fanboy and Sasaki finds out and he's like, you know what? He's like, what the hell, sure. And then they just get together because of that. And it's really cute. I need to catch up with the newer chapters, definitely. I heard there's a school makeout chapter or something, which is insane. I haven't read that chapter yet. In the same vein, you should also read Hirano and Kaguya. They're also in the same universe. It was recently revealed that those two, wait, does this count as a spoiler? It probably does, but it was recently revealed that they get together before Sasaki and Miyano, which was shocking. These two are really cute too, and I love how Hirano is definitely on the A spectrum, so that is really nice. Cherry Magic. Cherry Magic. 30 years of virginity can make you a wizard. Can it? Can it? Yes, it can. That's the whole plot. Again, really cute. The plot is so absurd, and the title you can't help but want to read the manga as soon as you read a title like that. So it's really nice, really funny. You should read it. Oh my god, there was Kurosawa's song is so fucking funny. So that's really nice too. Ooh, absolute peak that I wish more people would talk about is Moriarty the Patriot. Oh my god, they have the most banger lines for a couple that isn't even confirmed to be canon. Technically, it was confirmed. I'm pretty sure the author said something along the lines of, it would be disrespectful for me to make them canon, considering I have to honor the artist's work. So in my head, they're canon. In the author's head, they're also canon. So that counts. I don't know. It's really great. And I don't know, they're living together, they're practically married, and it's all so cute. crime fighting, be gay, do crime, be gay, solve crime in the same manga. Like, why would you not want to get into this? It's great. Um, oh, there is very good trans rep in this. So that's really nice too. And I think they just have the most banger romantic lines in general. The letter was so good. Another thing I really love, they're very like I really like it when there are people who sort of like they might not be best friends with their partner, but you can tell that that's the person in the world they get along the most with. That's really nice. They're basically their best friends. Either they start dating and they become best friends, or they're best friends and they start dating. Both are banger tropes. That's how I feel about these two, because for the longest time they felt like, oh, nobody understands me until I met you. So that's great. I'm getting excited, but it's great. Read Moriarty, the Patriot. You can, and the crime solving part is very fun too. This one is so funny. Okay, it's called Unexpectedly Naughty Futami-kun, but don't look at the cover. Please don't look at the cover. It's so embarrassing even recommending something with this cover, but it's really good. Okay, it's really really good. First of all, the both of them. No, not both of them. Both of them are not pretty as hell. The okay is pretty as hell. Okay, so that's one thing. Secondly, we have. Let me just read off the tags I have over here: office romance, jealousy, star wreck, comforting read, gay. Oh, right, right. I just remember what it means. It means a gay character getting together with another character. Oh, in One Room TA, they're both bi, and then in Banana Scandal, it's the guy is homophobic, or so we think, and the other guy is gay, as far as I remember. Yes. Great smart. I've written down great smart. Listen to me, but yeah, basically he meets this like frumpy looking guy, and then turns out he's pretty as hell. Okay, oh my god, and then they get together and it's really nice. Again, this is not exactly arrow representation. It's definitely not ace representation, that's for sure. This guy loves sex. Okay. So, the bottom, I mean, oh my god, it's so demeaning talking about them this way, but it makes it easier, I suppose, than just saying usually. No, never mind. I don't want to talk about this. So yeah, it's an office romance, not really centered in the office, but yeah, the office elements do come up a little bit, but it's really good, comforting read in the sense, again, you can feel the love from the characters and the people around them, especially the people around the pretty guy. I feel bad referring to him as just the bottom, so I'm gonna say pretty guy and the other guy. Um, the his family is really nice. His sister's wonderful, and recently we had an aunt come in, I think, and she was also really good, really supportive family. So that is nice, and then these two in general have a good relationship. The angst is great. The angst in Banana Scandal is great too. Like, it'll just, oh, it's so good when it makes your stomach hurt and you feel like throwing up. Another really good queer media representation, which I haven't finished yet, is called I Think Our Son Is Gay. It's from a mother's perspective who thinks her son might be gay, and as the title says, and I think it's really wholesome, and she just wants to support him, and she just wants to make him feel comfortable enough to come out to her. And he has a crush on some guy. I don't know how that one ends because I haven't read that far yet, but it's great. Okay, I think this is going to be the last track in the video, but it's called Pride Knee Kiss. Um, Again, the tags: rival to lovers, fluffy office romance, gay chicken, jealousy, mutual pining, star wreck. I'm recommending only star wrecks for this video. There's still more, so I'm probably going to make another part, but again, it's a glorified gay chicken. There are two office employees. They've known each other for a year or so now, since they started working, and they keep trying to take the other off into giving in so that they can start dating, and it's really cute. Again, the jealousy is so cute. The characters are both so cute. I love their character designs. This is a one volume manga. I think it would have been perfect if it was a longer series. That's my only gripe with this. Other than that, I love it so much. It's so perfect. I love the characters. A very random thing I've noticed in all these BL one shot mangas it's the fact that they're all sales employees for some reason. Like in every office romance, they're all going to be sales employees. Anyway, um, another one is Can You Kiss Me First? It's going to be published soon. It's been licensed and it will be published officially in English soon by Seven Seas. But again, I think this is one of the best best examples of a compact one volume one shot. It's been so well done. You're not left starving for anymore, and it's just really well done. And the pacing is absolutely perfect, and the characters are really cute. One thing I really like about this is, again, spoilers, but Yasuda has liked the seme the whole time, and he alters himself to fit the seme's ideal type, which is so cute to me for some reason. Like I could never, but I think that is so cute. The tags for this are BL, friends to lovers, office romance, mutual pining, unrequited. Unrequited because both of them think it's unrequited, and then star wreck and jealousy. So good. It was really well done. Really cute. Renai Nante Yuru Shimasen. Office romance, friends to lovers, breakup arc, great character, star wreck, angst, awakening, straight XA. That obviously after they start dating, they're no longer straight, but again, like it says, awakening. So, um, okay, so this is a 4 volume series. All of them are different one shots, but this is the first one, and you can read the other ones if you want, but this is the one I recommend the most. It's You can read it just by itself. It's great. It ends perfectly. They are so cute, and again, like I love friends to lovers. What a great trope. So the angst was so good in this, and breakup arc was because this is such a good trope. How do I explain this? Spoilers, obviously, because I'm explaining the whole plot. But yeah, basically, so what happens is, um, he thinks he's bottom gets jealous of the top hanging out with his brother, and he says something mean, and then the top confesses that the one he's actually in love with is the bottom, and then the bottom is obviously terrified to lose him because they're best friends, and he's like, you know what, let's just try dating. And then they do something for a couple of days, and then the top goes like, oh my god, you know what, like it's fine, let's just be friends, it's fine, you don't have to force yourself in this way. And then the bottom's like, oh yeah, haha, sure. And then obviously he misses dating him, and always dating him, I say, because that's a bit of an overstatement considering the fact that they never officially got together. But he obviously misses him, and he's jealous that he might be hanging out with other people. So what a great trope. I had so much fun with this one. What a great volume. I hope you watch the spoilers part only if you've already read it, because I do hope you watch it. You read it without knowing about the plot completely. But yeah, Best Friends to Lovers, Years Long Pining, very fun. Very fun. I love watching people suffer. And Awakening. What a great read, right? And then the last one for the day. I know I said the other one was the last one, but this is the actual last one. Nande Kogitai Gakini Nanen. Okay. Oh my god, I butchered the end of it so bad. But okay. Rivals in love, good relationships, lovable characters, supportive family, jealousy, angst in bracket crazy angst, college romance, and star wreck in full caps. So that means I really enjoyed this one. Again, like it says, okay, one thing I really liked about this is the first volume focuses on them. Second volume focuses on their family and the main character's relationship with their family. And that was really one of my favorite parts of it, because I feel like it fleshes out the characters more and makes them feel more real to us. So I really like that. And then Rivals in Love is such a cool trope. Like, shit, I had to mention Protect Your Purity. Okay, we'll get back to that. But Rivals in Love, and they get together. So That was nice. I want to reread this. It was such a fun read. Again, like I said, the angst is so good. Okay, finally. Let's go. Protect Your Purity, another Rivals in Love trope. What's his name? Hyunjin. Hyunjin has been in love with his high school senior since high school. They're in their second year of university now, and Chan Young also is somehow interested in this senior, and they're rivals in love, and then they end up getting together, and it's really cute. What a shame it's only like 50 chapters though, because I really enjoyed this. I feel like another reason I'm very attached to it is because I read this as it was airing every week, being published every week, so that was really fun. And I don't know, I'm just really attached to them, and they're so cute. And whenever I see their little chibis, I literally giggle. And how fun their stickers for their merch are, absolutely adorable. So that's really nice. You should read that one too. Um, I think I suppose Chanyong confessing his feelings is when it gets really, really cute. So please read that. It's very fun yapping with you guys. Hope you had fun listening to me talk. But hope you love the Rex. Hope you have fun. Stick around. There's obviously more coming. I do want to make a Yuri video. That's very exciting. Yeah, Yaoi video is obviously harder to make because I keep finding a lot of slop and not a lot of gems. Yuri, most of it is gems. So I'm gonna make another video for that. Obviously. Hope you guys had fun. Hope you guys will have fun with me in the future. So just stick around. Let's have a lot of fun. Okay, bye bye. Thank you for watching.